Hello, this is going to be about Bitcoin. Well, specifically about Bitcoin and altcoins. All right. We all know, I hope, of the benefits of Bitcoin, as well as the massive potential of Bitcoin. I mean, seriously, telling government to go and get bent. Seriously, I love that idea. But at this time, sadly enough, I'd like to bring up altcoins. Well, an altcoin is a virtual currency similar to Bitcoin, but is not Bitcoin. See, I've been looking at this, and Bitcoin may be too difficult to obtain for some people, and that's where altcoins come in. Currently, Bitcoin is over $600 each, and some people are, like over in Silicon Valley, are expecting it to go above $1 million a piece for one Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is capable of being broken down to the 8th decimal place. Like the dollar is broken down to the 2nd decimal place. Just add six more places behind a penny. This sounds good until you realize that a transaction costs 1,000th of a Bitcoin. At this moment, that's about 60 cents in comparison to the dollar. But the rate or the percentage stays the same. So if Bitcoin gets to the level of, say, $10,000, then the cost of sending one Bitcoin, or as much Bitcoin, it can be 100,000 Bitcoin if you have that much. But the cost of sending Bitcoin from one wallet to another will be about $10. And if Bitcoin hits the $1 million mark, dude, it's gonna cost you $1,000 just to move it. That's pricey. This is also where altcoins come in. Altcoins typically have more of it. But personally, I believe that Bitcoin will be used as a means of exchange for larger purposes, and a number of altcoins for smaller purchases. I envision a system of 3 cryptocurrencies being employed as a means of global commerce. One of the great advantages of Bitcoin is also its biggest disadvantage. There will never be more than 21 million, and more likely than not, there will be much less than that, as a result of burning and lost wallets. This, combined with the cost of simply moving a Bitcoin, limits its ability to be used globally as a daily currency for the masses. This is where a tier system will become helpful. Bitcoin perhaps for purchases over $30,000, an altcoin for purchases up to $30,000, and an altcoin for purchases up to $5,000. Provided enough of the coins exist, this method will have the advantage. It will have many advantages over just using Bitcoin. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have the resources to go and mine a whole bunch of Bitcoin. I have some very, very modest I'm very modest when it comes to resources. Seriously, it's kind of pitiful. Now, since that is not much of an option, I'm essentially forced to look into different altcoins. Now, at this moment, there are many different flavors of altcoins. Some use the script algorithm, others use script N, script Jane, X11, X13, the list goes on. So, the problem with the altcoin scene at the moment is there is a lot of corruption and there is a lot of scams. So, you need to be careful on what you choose if you're going to get into the altcoin game. I call it a game because that's essentially what it is. To be honest, from as far as where I'm concerned, there are only a few alt currencies that have the potential that most of us are looking for. And I have differing opinions on a number of them. But what you are going to want to look for is a long-term development team. 1. 2. You're going to want to look for a currency that already has an economic structure behind it. Let's say a marketplace, and other merchants that go and accept the currency. You're also going to want to look for the ability to go and exchange this alternate cryptocurrency for precious metals like gold or silver, things that are tangible. See, many of these altcoins do not offer anything like that. And these are things that you're going to have to keep an eye on. Only look at this point in time, only look at altcoins that have been around for a minimum of 5 months. Only. If they've been around less than that, let's say even a day, don't even bother. In the last month, there have been many that jump on the market, people throw money at it, they sell it on exchange, and then the development team is gone, all within 72 hours. So no, do not do that. Like I said, some altcoins come to mind. That's going to be a different video altogether. But there is promise in cryptocurrency, dare I say the crypto economy, and much more security and privacy than with cash or credit cards or wire transfers and bank accounts, everything else that is part of the financial system that, if you look at it, essentially keeps you a slave to the government and the central bank, which, as I explained, well, not me, but Philip. But anyways, as the article explained, the central bank, which is nothing more than an extension of the government, and the government being nothing more than an extension of the bank, of which we are all paying taxes to. So, I hope this helps you out. And keep in mind, Bitcoin, large purchases. Not a bad idea to have some. Altcoins, though, much more practical.